Welcome to another episode of Scotch. Oh wait, no, sorry, Marketbuzz. I did a Scotch and Stocks today. Welcome to another episode of Marketbuzz. In today's episodes, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Solana, altcoins, overall market, and Donald J. freaking Trump. He needs to go play golf. Hopefully, he ends it by the end of the week. He just goes to Mar-a-Lago and relaxes, But it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. So make sure you stay tuned. We have Timothy here, and I'm about to share this with him. Wow.
The
But
link.
yes. Yeah. Sent.
Okay.
But we are live. Oh man. Overall market is that should be good. Yeah. Overall market is selling off today. It's an ugly one for investors. We have been in this range since Donald Trump became president. And so far, I'm going to say it. Biden is doing better, man. I like Biden more. I like Biden more. Biden, he was old, he was quiet, he had a nice house, you know, and he left and just stayed away. Yeah. I like that. That was great. Biden is looking so good right now. But Donald Trump keeps like trying to mess with everybody, you know, has way too much power and doesn't know what to do with it. So first things first, Timothy, let me get an answer from you. So what's happening with Bitcoin? Is it cyclicality? Is it market dynamics? Is it defensive? Are we
Yeah.
done? Is Bitcoin dead? Is it time to run for the hills, take profits?
So I think it's time to pay attention because it would be very obvious in hindsight if you say the top was when the president of the United States launched the meme coin. I mean, that's so typical for a cycle top, in my opinion. But looking price wise, I think right now is kind of a cyclicality move we have on Bitcoin. It moved up since November 100%, and right now it's down like a bit of over 20%, which is still a normal correction. But when you see the numbers like down 20,000 K in a few weeks, that's scary. Okay. But percentage wise, it's still within the normal volatility of Bitcoin. It's actually less volatile than the previous cycles where it was more 30%. So maybe later we can check where 30% will bring us. Um, so that's really what I'm thinking, the cyclicality. And we're gonna share some charts where we think we have to be cautious in case things break, and how Bitcoin can recover again and what it means for altcoins. Okay.
Yeah. Right now, well, just looking at the overall market, Bitcoin seems to be recovering a little bit. We're back to those 88 level, like 88K levels, which is, good. Market seems to be healing after this. Like it does seem like every single time I say this, but it seems like we're at peak fear, but every other day we just continue to have way more and more fear. So definitely something I want to look at with you. It's the fear and greed index.
Yeah, it's extreme fear now for the first time in what, uh many months. So usually that's a buy signal, okay? So not really a sell signal. And I've been buying yesterday and today. Now we don't want to have like a falling knife. So you don't have to try to catch a falling knife. So somehow we need to wait also for some recovery and know that there's a reversal back to the 90K level. Because man, if things are capitulation and people are getting liquidated, I mean things can drop really fast. um, and the dip will keep on dipping, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I was actually that's it's funny that you mentioned it. I was actually looking at the liquidations of Bitcoin because I didn't think we were going to be dropping out of the 90s. I was quite surprised, you know. But again, I didn't think we were going to be dropping out of the 130s in Nvidia either, you know. So, you know, at this point it's been like the volatility, like, because if you look at the last like the last 2 months, the volatility has just been insane. You know, we haven't stopped. Like, we just moved within this range, and it's just we haven't moved at all. You know,
should
it's
I pull
crazy.
up the chart?
Yeah, yeah. Please do, please do.
Let's go. Yeah. So you see the chart?
Yes, sir.
We have we had Bitcoin in this range, and now it's broken down actually.
Like,
Um,
I would even put it. You know, it's like for like even that box, I would go from, you know, like 90 level to like 100 level. Like, if you put it between those between 90 and 100, and then we tried those breakouts, and we just, you know, the question is this a bear trap too? You know, it's like even going like,
I
you know, one.
think uh, so. My assumption is that um, when this is capitulating, we should see like a recovery very quickly back in the box. So the 90K box. We want to see Bitcoin back within the next week, because otherwise it just risk on trending down. Like maybe I can draw the path. Like this is what we want to see. Boom, boom, like a V shape type of recovery. That would be like the really bullish case. Um, I'm giving some room to the downside because you never know how far the spikes will go. But we need that quick recovery. Otherwise, it's gonna linger below the 90K level here. That's not a good sign if it cannot break above this resistance again. We're gonna see it move down again, and I'm afraid if that happens, we're giving all the gains back from November. Like this box, it's all gonna be wiped out again. What you think?
It's, I mean, like, the thing is I could see it, right? Because the problem is, you know, you have, it was a very by the rumor show the news, right? Like, all of a sudden we got Trump. Trump was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get a like a Bitcoin fund. Crypto's gonna. But the thing is we've seen some moves. We have seen the deregulation of crypto. We have seen the I think the SEC is backing down from many different projects, you know, and we are seeing potentially like Bitcoin reserves for states as well. So, like, at least bills being passed, you know. So there is movement in the background, but many people thought, right, that we're gonna get that one, like, you know, like 1x or 2x move right away. And I just think that that's just, you know, like, one of the things that we talked about just before the podcast was that Bitcoin is a massive asset. We're talking about it. Like, what's the market cap of Bitcoin right now sitting at, right? Like, almost 2 trillion,
Mm-hmm.
1.7 trillion dollars, you know? It takes a lot of money to move an asset like this, you know? So, am I scared that we could see? I mean, we could see it, but there's people that are willing to step in. There's institutions that are willing to step in now. They're like, we're in a very mature market. So I don't see this market going away. Now, going back to the 60s is always a possibility. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just there is such FUD in the market, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? That Trump has brought into the table, the tariffs, the wars, the geopolitics, the petty politics of Trump. That has definitely had an effect on everything, every single asset class. Like, any risk on asset, if you were to look at it, is in it, it's like correcting. at this point, right? If you look at the Nasdaq, we have a 5% correction right now from the highs. The S&P 500 is sitting at the 200 moving average. The Nasdaq is sitting at, like the Nasdaq is sitting at the 200 moving average. So, it's, am I worried? I mean, like, this is just the Trump volatility. You know what I mean? This is what people ask for. Like not knowing exactly what's going to happen, and we're hoping that at some point, is that the 100 or the 200?
Just the 200. You wanna
Okay.
me to add the
So right now, if
100?
you the 100 should be like, it should be bouncing just of the 100s right now, in theory.
Yeah.
And every single, like, it's like before, I think in September we saw those like retesting of the 200 moving average. But right now there's nothing like, it's like there was some negative data that actually shone some fears in the market, right? The Michigan sentiment was extremely high, and then, which is an inflation index, and then we had the PMI, I think the services PMI, that came in weaker than expected, and then consumer confidence today came in weaker than expected. So we are starting to see those cracks. Funny enough, if we had seen those cracks maybe last year, the market would have rallied on those. So we're going back to bad news equals bad news, which is potentially a good sign. But again, like we also got last week's rally. Well, was it the last week's? No, the week before, 2 weeks ago, we got the rally, the Trump rally, because Trump's promised that we were gonna solve Ukraine, and Israel was already like they were gonna have no issues, right? So we had all these different positive catalysts that ended up last week being taken away off the table, because we realized, oh, it's not just Trump saying he's going to solve something. He actually needs to do the work in order to get that done. He needs to get deals on the table. He needs to get the parties to agree. He can be America, but at the end of the day, Putin has to back out of Ukraine, or potentially stop advancing. So there is so much uncertainty in this market that he just feels that everybody's just, you know what? I'm going to take my profits and I'm going to wait for a better time to invest. But usually those are the times that you end up getting a little bit of a discount, you know? I don't think we've topped, you know?
Yeah.
I'm
So
not, at least, hello? Yes, good.
yeah, I'm
So
there.
yeah, that's where I'm sitting. It's like, do I think, like, if you look at Ethereum, look at the Nasdaq, look at Bitcoin, look at everything that's not defensive right now, and everything shows the same sort of decline. So it's a risk off move. It's risk off
It
sentiment.
it's just a big move, like from after uh here this correction we had, and now we are having the same correction. So actually Bitcoin, the Nasdaq has been going sideways for a number
Yeah.
of weeks now. So not a lot of uptrend, if you will.
Yeah. We're flat.
Um,
We've been flat. We've been flat since December.
since
You know.
since he was president, he's president actually. And
Yeah. So so
do you
what?
think Solana
Flat
is top?
markets.
Because
Volatility.
I also think like the Nasdaq isn't top, but do you think Solana could be top? Like if
I
we look
think
at
I think so. Okay, like, and this might be a little bit of controversial sort of take, but I actually thought the Bitcoin rally was meant to be a Bitcoin rally alone, given the fact that the incentives for Bitcoin were stronger than everything else, right? Like we had the Bitcoin ETF, money was piling in from uh tax advantage accounts. So money was moving into Bitcoin. Then we had Trump potentially with a Bitcoin treasury. But it was always Bitcoin, 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 right? Like the Solana trade seemed interesting, but I still haven't seen the use cases. Or again, I trust you more in this because I haven't done the research behind it, right? I don't know what the use case of Solana is within the meme coins, right? Other than just saying, okay, cool, I own
yeah,
a
it's a casino.
share of this thing that on the internet has a picture that I like or a name that I like, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
see the use case of having those token, like the tokenomics behind it. Like for example, like Bitcoin in itself, I like the tokenomics. Ethereum, in some cases, there are utility cases, but I haven't seen that in the Solana ecosystem. So I could be wrong. I've been wrong, and I'll be wrong. I've been wrong in the past, and I'm gonna be wrong in the future. But in this case, like at least in the meme coin euphoria, I didn't see the use cases. I didn't see the community that was building behind it. I'd say like at least it's I just don't like what is the utility? Like what is the
The big
benefit? What is the
difference, the
value?
big difference with like 2020 when we had the big cycle in 2020, you had a lot of altcoins bought by VCs, and then retail was exit liquidity for sure. But what happened with Solana was they they made it easy for people to one just launch tokens without VCs actually. So anyone like us could make money out of the memes, and that's what got so much attention on Solana. But what we're seeing now with all the celebrity coins is that everything is organized. Like they're giving the um, address, the contract address to people they know, to everyone in their circle. So the moment something launches from a celebrity, those are the ones who are making the most money. And at first it was okay, you could make money. This meme coin could go up for multiple weeks. We saw that with dog we've had, we saw that with other meme coins. But then also Trump launched his coin. That took like 1 week and then it kept going down. Okay. And from the videos we saw, he also gave the not he, but the people launching the coin for him gave the contract address to everyone who was at the crypto party he did when he was president at first. So everyone there knew at the start that Trump was going to launch a coin, so it was so obvious to buy in at the low market cap. Okay, and each time a new celebrity now launches a coin, okay,
Okay.
it's not
Yeah.
going up anymore like it used to. Now you have Kanye West selling his Twitter account to the crypto cabal to just launch a meme coin and scam all the followers of Kanye West. He doesn't care. He sold it for 17 million. But everyone was aware that it was not him talking on Twitter. He was like saying things he would never say, like bro and stuff. So everyone was clearly watching out for what he was saying and knowing it wasn't him. And it's clear that like now nobody is aping anymore in these meme coins. So the use case of Solana is completely gone. And that's why in the last few weeks it has been like dropping and dropping without any narrative. And that's what's missing now, a real narrative, something that can sustain the next push in altcoins. We had DeFi, we had NFTs, we had meme coins now. What's gonna be the next thing? I don't see anything happening.
It's gonna be interesting, but I always, like one thing like I always like to talk about is just the tokenomics, right? Look, like what is the thing behind the importance of this token, right? With Bitcoin, you see it because it's like, I've lived through hyperinflation, I've lived through the devaluation, and like this coin, this thing that, it's like it's what's the strength work is every single. But yeah, I'm like crazy right now. It's pretty nuts. But yeah. Like that's where the tokenomics are very important. It's like, what are we trying to do? What is this trying to accomplish? What is the project? What is the management? And it goes back to, like investing in a company too. It's like, why am I buying this sort of asset? What is the purpose behind it? And when you try to figure those things out, you're able to then come up with at least some value structure that you can attach to it. Like XRP is trying to move money from different places. You're trying to move liquidity from point A to point B. So it makes sense, right? Like it's working with banks. There is a network. There's people using this. But Solana, like that, and that would be a great episode to do at some point. It's like, what are the projects that are driving the ecosystem? It's like, what's happening in Ethereum that's actually driving the Ethereum price? What's happening within Solana, all of these different networks? Because at the end of the day, like I look at them and they're just networks, right? Like cryptocurrency is just a way to monetize that network and create some sort of like token value within that network, but it's still a network. It still runs. There's still compute that needs to be run. What is the compute being used for? All of those things I ask myself, but
But now we're
I'm not a
just
crypto
talking
guy. I'm
about
not a,
one specific coin why it could go up, but like too many are saying altcoin season is coming. Um, I don't think like altcoin season is coming. There's a few reasons because one, the Bitcoin ETF it sucked so many liquidity. Um, it's also mainly institutions investing in the ETF, and we're not gonna see like in 2017 and 2020 people rotate into altcoins. I think those institutions they're gonna stick to Bitcoin, and we'll have to see the Bitcoin narrative and the altcoin narrative separately. And the problem with the altcoin narrative now is, yeah, you're having 600,000 tokens launched in 1 month. How do you expect all these tokens to moon while there's not enough money circulating? So we need either to have like QE, something to push liquidity, or you have to be very selective in which altcoins you choose and accept that there won't be an altcoin season.
dang, you know.
Was I lagging?
No. The thing is it does, but we've been talking about the altcoin season for a while too. The thing is, it's like it's interesting the way that you sort of like describe it because as it's the thing is just like what is gonna pump, what is gonna develop, right? Like is Dogecoin gonna do a 10x, 20x, right? Like are we still is the meme gonna survive? And I think it would, you know what I mean? Like there are people that still believe in the project, but could we see something like that again? You know? After so many people have been burned, but then so many people can be burned again. A lot of people are making money with Bitcoin. I think like the majority of Bitcoin investors are up still at these levels. Obviously the people that bought at 110 are not, but
No, the problem is I did a poll like, are you invested more in Bitcoin compared to altcoins? And then I added some percentage. And on eToro, I mean, 70% was only altcoins. So that means those 70% of voters didn't even invest in Bitcoin. So you can imagine why sentiment is so bad. Everyone
yeah.
is investing in those altcoins, hoping to make quick gains. But actually, the best performers so far in the 3 years we saw this cycle has been Bitcoin.
Well,
So
there is this like learning curve. Like I can let you finish, but I would love to say this little like like anecdote. It's like whenever you start investing, do you want to finish? Sorry, I cut you off. I cut you off.
no, go. It's okay.
So it's the idea that it's like whenever you start investing in cryptocurrencies, okay, you buy a little bit of Bitcoin and then a little bit of Ethereum. And then all of a sudden your friends start telling you, whoa, this coin 10x, this game, like you need to buy the shoes, and then you go running and you get money, and then all of these different things, and you're like, oh my god. And then all of a sudden you maybe get into a meme coin and you do 100x, and you're like, oh my god, that's crazy. So you grab a little bit of your Bitcoin, and then you start buying this crazy assets, and maybe you grab like 50% of your Bitcoin, and then 50% of your Ethereum, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go into altcoins and cryptocurrencies and things. Oh my god, like this project. And then the whole market like rallies, goes to the moon, and then it just comes crashing down. But the funny thing is just like then they're just like, you know what? Whatever, I don't care. And they'll leave their Bitcoin position right there. And then they'll make all of the money that they lost and more. And when they check their account, it's like, oh, Bitcoin is rallying again. Let me check my Binance account or whatever, or Coinbase, or let me look at my wallet. And it's like, whoa, boom. My Bitcoin position is worth 10x, 20x. So slow and steady ends up winning the race always, it seems.
Yeah, for sure. I think like you have to have at least like 50% into Bitcoin, and then that's even too speculative, but most people are like 100% in altcoins. And the problem is it's okay buying them cheap, but most don't sell. They keep on holding and they
Yeah,
run through
because
all the gains.
yeah. Some people don't take into consideration the potential growth. It's like if you're growing at 1,000x, right? Like investment calculator time, right? You put $10 at 1,000x for 10 years. you know, what would that freaking $10 be worth? So it's like a little bit of unrealistic expectations. Just because you look at a coin and you're like, oh, it went from 10 cents to $1. That's a 10x. You know what I mean? 10x every year. Soon enough, you have more money than the entire world. It's like,
They see all these unrealistic tweets on Twitter where people make millions of dollars with like $30. I mean, yeah, you can do it, but i- what's your edge? I mean, you're not gonna do it on eToro when everyone is hearing about a token on eToro. It's too late.
yeah,
You have to be one of the first to buy. Like for example, you could have made a lot of money on Fartcoin if you were super early. But then all those gains are now also wiped out. So you have to also make the decision to take some profits, and that's what a lot of people didn't do because they were hoping like, oh, just 1 2x more, 1 2x more, and then I'll take profits. And those are like the most dangerous words you
yeah,
can say as a trader.
yeah. It's the truth. It's the truth. Interestingly enough, yo, let me share my screen because I wanna run this. Let me run the investment calculator here. Let me share my screen, right? Right. So here we go. We go into the investment calculator and let's start at zero. Like let's start at $10. Let's keep it realistic. $10. Right. And then we're gonna go for the next 10 years. Right. And then you're gonna get a rate of return of what, 1,000% a year? And we're gonna contribute zero.
But how are you
You
gonna
know?
do 1,000% a year?
Well, that's what some people like, right? Like if you're buying an old coin and you're expecting a 10x on year basis, right? It's 1,000% a year, right?
Yeah, it's not realistic.
Right. So this is what people are expecting when you're buying for the long term. When you're buying an altcoin and you 10x, okay, maybe you 10x once, maybe you 10x twice, right? But you're really expecting to get to what? How much is that? 235 billion, you know, in 10 years from a $10, like this is a $10 investment taken into account, eh? So this is where it gets crazy, right? Like if you got, I'm not saying like, it's like maybe it's luck, maybe it's not, maybe it's thing. But a lot of people, the problem is whenever you make whenever you make an investment like this, right? You're like, okay, like the first time, oh, maybe you get lucky. The second time, oh, okay, maybe I got lucky. Maybe the third time, maybe you got lucky, but you're just part of the crew that got lucky, and then think, I'm actually good at this. When you start realizing, okay, maybe I'm not. It's like Maybe I'm not. Maybe I got lucky 3, 4 times, and then all of a sudden, bam, you get hit on it. So it's very tricky. It's very, very tricky when it comes to altcoins. But like having this realistic expectation, because even if you do 500%, right? Like let's say 5x, you 5x every year, you're still talking about $500 million.
Yeah, and you're talking about like your portfolio, but most people, what they do, they have like $100 and they do $10 in XRP, $10 in ADA, $10 in Bitcoin, $10 in Ethereum. I mean,
Right?
not all the coins will do multiple 2x's or
Yeah.
10x's. Um, so my advice would be like, if you're starting small, at least don't diversify too much. You have to maybe pick one or two, because if you're too diversified, it's gonna spread all the gains too much.
Is the truth. Is the truth. You know?
And
But
I
even
understand people do not want to invest in Bitcoin because they know it's not gonna 10x in like from now. So they invest in altcoins. But the problem is we're already in the third year of the crypto cycle, the 4-year cycle. We're not near the early stages of the crypto cycle. So it's definitely now the time to be more careful and not just buy and hold, I think.
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think right now it's becoming very well like we've been talking in the last couple of episodes, it's Trump has made it a trader's market, not an investor's market, right? So you got to be paying attention. It's like obviously like for people that don't know, I wouldn't say go timing the market and go try to figure out whether, but if you're buying good stocks that are gonna like last you a long time, Trump is gonna pass. Time, it will end. So hopefully it does. But it's like at some point or another, you have to understand that the volatility is here to stay. And with Trump in power, unless he goes play golf, we're gonna have volatility because he definitely has an opinion on the one thing that you don't want him to talk about. And whatever you think his opinion is, it's probably not. It's probably not. you know? So that's where,
But
because
I
right now,
also
what
think
he's,
he won't cause a bear market. Like that's the one thing he doesn't want, right? He wants to prevent stocks going into a bear market, the economy collapsing. That's not what he wants. He uses the stock market as his benchmark, in my opinion. So he will do anything to keep prices go up.
you know what? I wanna have a look at something. I wanna have a look at something too. Let me share this. Give me 2 seconds. Let me open the right screen. Because that's the thing. It's like, because I was trying to remember his first term, you know? And funny enough, so it's like, when did Trump, what was Trump's presidency last time?
Was that 2018?
That was what? He became, 2020. He ended in 2020. So it's 2016 to 2020. Am I right?
And I think 2018 was pretty rough.
Like because it was the same rhetoric, right? Like he was doing the same thing. The problem with US politics is just that it's like, you get the worst of two evils, and usually the one that's latest is the most evil because every single problem you have in your world is it's the president's problem, right? He can fix all problems, but the reality is there was an interview with Obama, and it's like the reality is like he has a very blunt power or tool, which is like the federal government. And he's able to dictate those how do they perform, like how do they end up tackling certain issues. But that being said, it's super tricky. So here, let's have a look. Let me have a look at something, because I looked at this and I was kind of baffled
You
by
want to
this.
look at 2016, 2020? Is that it?
Yeah, so I'm looking from 2016. So 2016. So I'm guessing 2016 to 2020 was that? I'm guessing.
Let me check.
Trump's last presidency.
It was 2017 to 2021.
It's cool. So 2017 to 2021, right? So 2017, the 20th of January, right here, till bam. 2021. 2021, January 20th. So right there, right? So we saw Trump take power. Let's draw this down and let's draw for fun, right? Like there was massive volatility within Trump. Info line. So 68% in the 4 years. A 68% rally in the S&P 500, and with definitely volatility, with definite volatility.
Yeah, and stats always show that uh, gains are less with Republicans. So
Well, well, if we look at, funny enough, right? Everybody everybody likes to like drill on Biden. Wait, give me a second. Horizontal, no vertical line. And then he gave power here. Man, it's been less than a month, and I'm so tired. You know what I mean? Like it's been a month. He's been in power for a month, and it feels like the whole Biden presidency is there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the returns on that. People hate on Biden, but he was okay. 54%
he
return.
was quiet. That
He
was
was
good.
quiet. So could we be up? Like I think we could. Like I think it's gonna be okay. You know? He's 57% return. You know?
And
So
there was a bear market like for 1 year.
yeah, 2022 right there, right? And then the question is like who caused the 2022 bear market?
Yeah, the Stimmies.
But here, let me go to regression trend. Let's evaluate.
So will Trump do it again?
Will Trump do it again? I mean, like the thing is we're
Launch
likely.
QE?
Well, if he breaks the economy, like if Doge. Oh, hello, Julian. We had our Timothy. You had your first chatter.
Hello, Julian.
um, if if Trump wants to do the thing that's scary, right, is that, for example, Doge is targeting waste in the American government. The American government hires a lot of people, and there's a lot of waste in the American government. So you're going to fire all those people, and then where are you going to do with them? So unemployment, right? Like the dual mandate becomes really important. It's a really important thing. And then the question will be, okay, the tariffs are inflationary, but he also is firing a bunch of people, and then GDP is likely to come down. So production is likely to come down because government spending is a massive part of the of the GDP calculations. So if all of a sudden he really wants to cut and he's gonna cut taxes, He's gonna
So
take a
Julian is
big chunk.
asking, is this only a correction now? Uh,
What do you think?
I'm wondering
I'll let you answer that. I think
if
it's a
he
correction.
thinking if he's thinking about Bitcoin or stocks. I mean, for me personally, both right now are in a correction. But I do have like my line in a sand. I wanna see Bitcoin within the next week reclaiming 90K, actually get back in the box. Otherwise that would be like a first bearish sign. If it can't, we might see like a cat bounce, like testing 90K but dropping back lower again. For me personally, that's not a good sign. And if we're seeing Bitcoin going down to the low 80s, high 70s, I mean, you gotta watch out for those altcoins. They're gonna get wiped, in my opinion. If I can just share like
Sure,
one
sure, sure.
altcoin, I was um, I was in
Market
Ray.
closed, ladies and gentlemen. Market has just closed. It sold
So
off into the close.
Ray was my position, and this was like my line in the sand, my stop loss. And you see, if you're not taking your trade off, if you're not selling, it can just keep on dropping, like from here to here is another 20%. It doesn't look so much, but it's another 20%. So at some point you have to acknowledge your idea was a mistake and just take your loss like a man and run.
Yeah.
Even if Bitcoin is still in a correction. That's what I want to say. Like Bitcoin can be in a correction, but your altcoins can drop 50, 60%. And I mean, Bitcoin can then recover again, but altcoins might just linger in the same range and remain uh, down 60%. It's not 100% sure they will recover when Bitcoin recovers. You have to check for the stronger charts. Personally, I think XRP is doing well. So this is one trade I'm in. And okay, it broke this 20 this 2.2 level, but unlike Ray kept dropping, while you see now XRP reclaiming that level, which is a sign of strength, and that's something you have to be watching. And I want to see Bitcoin do the same. Actually, XRP, in my opinion, the chart is much stronger than Bitcoin. But of course, if Bitcoin drops to 85 again, I mean, I think XRP will follow, because Bitcoin is king, right?
Yeah. Is the truth. Is the truth. Oh man. Yeah, markets I mean are ugly. I mean like I'm losing money, you're losing money, and it's but it's part of being an investor, like this is where the reality sets in investing and trading, and there are moments that are gonna be red, you know. That's what
But
you get
like,
paid.
do
you
you
know?
do you ever, Nestor? Do you ever sell at a loss if you see your?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Did you sell anything this week?
No. No, because I don't trust the narrative. Like right now it's based on rumor. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like we're slowing down. Okay, show me the data. Show me the numbers, right? Like let's get this data continuously. Right? Don't just tell me the results of a survey. It's been a month since Trump took power. Give me data. Give me the PCE data that's
So you are
coming. Give me
buying.
earnings results. Yeah, of course.
What
Of
did you
course.
buy?
I bought TQQQ options. I want TQQQ
Nasdaq.
options, but I'm a DJ. You know what I mean? Like I just used a different asset. But but like yeah, like I mean, am I buying like crazy? No, because we could continue to go lower, right? But there's a lot of fear this week, right? We have GDP on Thursday, we have PCE on Friday, we have
Nvidia
Nvidia
on Wednesday.
earnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. By the way, go to my channel if you want to watch the live stream. By the way, Zach, hello. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just there's a lot of fear in the markets, right? Like the market has been fearful since Trump got into power. I mean, look at the volatility. Alone, look at the S&P 500 volatility in the last couple of days, like in the last couple of weeks. We've gone to all-time highs, we come down. We go to all-time highs, we come down. Markets looking for a reason to sell. And they found it. You know what I mean? Like sell. It's cool. But it's every single swing. The fit, yeah. I have no idea. You want to take that one, Timothy? But yeah,
There's
right
a
now it's like I think
theories that missing fifth wave up. What do you think about that? Not sure I understand the question.
write it again. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
For me right now, it's like, look, like we're moving to safety. We've been moving to safety since like Nvidia has not moved in price since June of last year. Nvidia has grown 2 quarters of a stellar growth. Stellar. And you're telling me that Nvidia is worth the same as it was in June? You know? No. Yeah, I disagree. I disagree. Did I think that it should have gone up that fast, that quickly? No. But fair value is sitting at 150 easy, based on the current earnings that we're catching up. The market needs to calm down. But look at Meta. Look at every single tech, everything that's paid for the last 2 years is taking a breather.
So
You know?
whenever Nvidia releases earnings and they beat, that could be like the next catalyst for the market to continue higher. And that's tomorrow.
Yeah. So the thing is like this week we have so many catalysts. And last week, what happened last week? Trump said that Ukraine is at fault because of the Russian war. You know what I mean? Like just insanity, right? Like the strongest man in the world is saying things like this to spook markets. Why? Because he wants Ukraine to bow down. And he wants Ukraine to give me like he's gonna plunder Ukraine because he can. Right? Because Putin decided to attack, but he's gonna plunder. And he will. Likely he will. They're probably gonna have to sign because Europe can't defend Ukraine. We know that much. Could they in a couple of years defend? Sure. Can they defend right now? No. They played like the market played this. So that's where it's tricky. And then we've had this uncertainty, we've had this doubt. Then, I think even like Israel Palestine talks were falling down. you know so the geopolitics, the promise that we were gonna a market rally because there were promises that we're gonna get out of this, that's gone. The tariffs are back on the table. We're almost in we're in March, right? They're supposed to be coming up in April, I believe, right? Mexico just came out and said that they're planning to get a concrete deal in the next couple of weeks, right, on the tariffs. But he keeps putting he keeps putting everybody on the chopping block, and he's like, look, like if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna chop your head. And he can. The thing is he can. He's not running for re-election. He does not care. He does not care. I don't think Donald Trump cares if the Republican Party wins the next election. I don't care. I don't think he does. You know, he doesn't need to run for re-election.
He's
That is
just
the
doing
beauty.
his thing.
He's gonna do what he thinks he needs to do in order to be remembered. He's looking for immortality. Mark my words, remember today as the day that Donald Trump cements his immortality in American history. You know? He says he wants to go down
Not
as the
gonna happen.
president of peace. He's already halfway there. Americans will remember him. American schools will have to teach Donald Trump was president of the United States. until the American, the American friggin' empire falls, which is still far away. But what do you see? You see Donald Trump right now saying whatever he needs to say. Do you think, like, for example, do you think his son is trading around him? Do you think like that he's insider trading the
Did you see
markets?
his tweet today?
No idea.
He said, buy the dip with the B of Bitcoin.
No. No.
Seriously. And
No.
then
Don't tell me
everyone
that.
was saying like, tell your father to buy the dip.
But it's, oh man. I want to buy SMCI right now. Do you think SMCI, man, freaking crazy. I'm
And did
I'm almost
Solar released earnings? Is that today?
Oh, I was supposed to, yeah. Yeah, first solar. For Solar.
Go check.
Down 2%. After hours. Oh wow. I think they beat.
You had calls?
No, I didn't. I have a position on them. I don't know. I believe in solar. I think the AI revolution put solar, but I could be wrong. Because I think it's an easy way to get energy from the place that you're setting up your data centers, but I could be wrong. 5 minutes ago, revenue was up. Earnings per share where it was a miss. So revenue is starting to heal, and then earnings per share is down. Oh, that's gonna suck tomorrow. Yeah, solar is tricky. Solar is a very tricky trade. That might be a trade that I might have to leave in the reds.
I'm
You know.
checking if there's any other big company.
We have
We had
Intuit.
HD, Home Depot was this morning.
Yeah, Home Depot was an interesting one, because they beat, but their guidance was like flat on the year. So it's tricky. Walmart's spooked markets, Home Depot spooked markets. Like it's just like expectations are high. So hopefully Nvidia can meet them tomorrow. Hopefully.
Let me put up the earnings calendar. Right now.
I can share it if you like.
Wait,
Yeah,
I have it. You see it?
yeah, I see it.
So tomorrow we have Nvidia. Lowe's, I have a position in. Salesforce as well. So that's big tech. I know Akimi has 3 AI. Not sure, but what you're seeing?
Hmm?
You're seeing Nvidia, right? What else do you got?
Me? I'm paying attention tomorrow. I have a feeling that they're gonna blow it out of the water. And then
When's Mara?
Mars tomorrow too. It's with Nvidia as well.
Oh, okay, it's not
Tomorrow's
in
a good
it.
day. Tomorrow's a good day for AI. But
And for crypto.
yeah, so I mean I wanted to look at that tweet that you were saying. X Pro. He says so. Julian says I was referring to Elliott wave theory. Usually, the trend has 5 waves up before reversing.
Oh yeah, I know Elliott wave theory. I'm not really using the Elliott wave technique because I think it's too subjective. Like, how do you gonna draw your 5 waves? So that's not something I'm able to answer. Not my specialty. Um, So I did also believe Bitcoin should have like one more leg higher. That's like my base case, where we're gonna see like a recovery to the 90K level, and then make a last run higher to like new highs here, and then we top. But we don't want to see Bitcoin do this failed break above the 90K level and then take out this low again. Then we're in a mini bear market for sure. Like, we don't want to see this. But my base case is we see a recovery within the next week and then up. Otherwise, I'm starting to be a little bit concerned, like, for the recovery.
Yo, show me this Donald Trump tweet. Show me this Donald
That
Trump
was
tweet.
his son. Let me try finding.
Oh, that'd be great. His son. Actually, I haven't kept tapped on his son. That's a great idea. I'm gonna put it on my Twitter thing.
Eric Trump.
Eric, damn.
Let me. So that was the tweet he sent out this
No way. Eric
today.
Tr- Eric Trump. Wow.
But like, why is he telling us? He should tell his father to buy the dip, and we're fine. Put Bitcoin in reserve.
8 hours ago, eh?
Yeah, it didn't do much.
No, he doesn't have that much power, but he's definitely trading it. Like, what, you think he doesn't talk to his father about anything? It's like, hey, hey.
I think in terms
I'm
of
gonna say that
crypto,
Ukraine.
he's more aware than Trump. Yeah.
Well, funny enough, I was looking at like interest, like big, like like posting interest and stuff on Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin gets more interaction on Twitter than Nvidia does,
Yeah.
which is crazy. It's crazy to me.
Do you think like more retail is into Bitcoin than Nvidia?
I think so. I have a
Yeah.
feeling that, yeah. Like, I think there is a lot of money on in Nvidia. Don't get me wrong, but I think that
And this is something I also showed this morning on my Twitter, like the comparison between Bitcoin and Nvidia. Let me pull it up, because actually Nvidia outperformed Bitcoin in the last 2 years.
yeah,
Um,
just the
wait.
plus,
Oh,
the plus,
yeah.
the plus. There you go. And you want to
Here, I
go
still
to,
have it.
yeah,
Look at this. If we go far, like since
yeah, 20, yeah.
here up. Do you know how to make the screen smaller here? Because that's the issue I have. Because now you don't see how much percent
But
here.
grab the white the y axis, click and drag it down.
This
No, no. So
I'm
with
not.
mouse wheel. You have mouse wheel, so just zoom in and out. You might be able to, right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but like here it starts in May 23. Nvidia has outperformed. If we go much further, like 21, look, you don't even see Nvidia.
make the y-axis smaller. So, no, just yeah, zoom out, zoom in, zoom
I'm
in,
not
zoom in.
able to.
There you go. Well, no, wait, give me a second. I know how to do this.
Wait,
I
you
just
can share screen.
give me a second.
Do it.
Yeah. Trading view.
Guys,
All
if you
right.
have questions on altcoins, on stocks, let us know so we can check the chart or anything you want to see if it's bullish, see if it's bearish, if we would sell, if we would buy. Let us know.
It's nice, you know. I like having chats like this. Like if you guys want to have chats like this, I'll walk you through how to do it because this will be sick. Like having you and Mimi have a chat. You and Keem is gonna be good. Like this is I want to do this, but with like anybody. Like I'm willing to invite anybody to have a conversation. In all honesty, you know, like I'm pro. I'm pro.
You can do this every day.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like I used to do it. I've done this. I've paid to stream for years. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna go there. We're gonna add. What am I gonna add? Nvidia.
Nvidia. So how do you?
So you just like. So if you move it,
Yeah, but the Y line you cannot adjust.
you should be able to. I'm not sure why not, but you should be able to. That's Nvidia. That's 2,000% return, but it depends on when you wanna. Nvidia's done really well for things
I mean, in the
continue,
last
but
4 years,
in the last 4 years, so what?
since
2020,
2021,
Nvidia's outperformed.
for sure.
2020?
And you've been holding since?
No, I've been
Ah,
so I had a position. Yeah, I had a position. I had my first stock of Nvidia I bought here. 2020, I bought here. So yeah, it's gone
I
nuts.
never sold.
Yeah,
That's that's perfect.
you know, it's gone
Nestor,
good.
my
No, I
laptop
sold. I've sold. About to
is
die.
running out of battery. Um,
You have two choices. Either get a
uh,
charger or we stop streaming. Your call.
no, I'm gonna stop streaming for today. Yeah,
Cool. But
I
yeah.
don't see any questions anymore in the chat. So
No, I think we've done good. I think that's we did it for an hour.
perfect.
No bad. No bad.
Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Nestor for pulling this off so quickly.
No
We were
worries.
thinking
Yeah.
doing a quick recap on the markets because everything was crashing. That's why.
Worth. Worthwhile for sure. No,
All
no,
right,
that's so. All right. Thanks so much
Nestor.
for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure that everybody answers them questions. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow in the Scotch and Stocks podcast, or sorry, in the Scotch and Stocks episode of Nvidia earnings. Because tomorrow it's either going to be great or break. I'm panicked. I saw that graph and I panicked. Nvidia has rallied so much, but it's crazy. But I believe like it's funny because it's like it's very similar in the way that it behaves, you know? Like look at this, right? It's like it rallied, and then right now we're like consolidating both in Bitcoin and in Nvidia. But the difference between Bitcoin and Nvidia is that Nvidia is like making intelligence.
Making money also.
Yeah. Is the truth, you know? That well, they're printing money. Have a read, yo. Have a read at the Nvidia thing. Like read it all.
I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Read it all and give me comments before, because I'm trying to find my blind spots. But all right, thanks so much for watching,
Okay,
everybody.
bro.
Peace out. Julian, Sag, you guys MVPs. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.
Bye.
Nice. Stop it and give it a second till we upload, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's like a minute. Yeah, your internet is not